You guys talk about reality TVs. I'll tell you what's shaping up to be a reality scoop in South African football. It's Black Leopards relegated over the weekend, your former team, their skipper. But they are not going down without a fight. They've approached arbitration. They want to replay 4 matches in the Motsepe Foundation Championship and say the PSL cost them points by preempting the FIFA ban that left them without registering new players as well. We'll keep a close watch on that. And of course, the PSL has opposed that and it's headed for arbitration. Heads of arguments were heard today and ahead of the finale in the Motsepe Foundation this weekend. Possibly we could know the verdict thereof. Will Leopards stay down, or are they going to fight and see another day in the top flight?
So, Hugo Bruce, if he still wants to keep his job, he must reapply.
Must reapply, Papa, like what? Anybody else. If he must raise his hand and say,
that's what Safa say.
That's what Safa, Mr. Jack Maluleka, that's what he's saying. The technical committee says, Intate, apply.
What? No, let's serious.
I know, the jokes write themselves. Thank you so much to the comedian there, Mazona Mali, because he's got the jokes today. But it's no joke, it's serious. Safa has said if he wants the job, he has to come and present to them, which is, application really, because that's what everybody else is doing. Nonetheless, let's move on to 3 players who did absolutely fantastic. One with a killer goal and the other 3, well, they just collected goals.
Yeah, this is Brian Leon, the striker that scores for fun these days. I like how he always in the box, he scores.
Yeah, certainly did exceptionally well. And then that man, Jeremy Doku, doing the business for Manchester City to keep the pressure on Arsenal in the English Premiership.
And then Champane Lunka, one of the players who took the ball home over the weekend. He finished the Mambisana's balls and he scores.
So they gave 2 balls?
Of course, they deserve it. They really
deserve it.
Yeah.
Unalzega.
I'm a little too.
Mark, you have? Vote for your MVP of the week. Which one is it? Is it the hat-trick boys? In the same game, mind you, 2 hat-tricks that came from that. Or Jamie Doku for keeping Man City alive with a scorcher of a goal. South Africa, the countdown is on. And SABC3 is your official home of the FIFA World Cup in 2026. From 11th of June till the 19th of July of 2026. That's right. 34 matches live on SABC3. Dalaning Buzo, Andile, what are you doing? 34 matches. There it is. I've said it. 34 matches, which means there's not going to be a day where you don't get a game. Streaming on SABC Plus and bringing the action straight to you on SABC radio stations nationwide from the opening ceremony to the first big clash, South Africa versus Mexico. This is more than football. This is our moment. All of us, all in. Kaupela. Don't miss a second. Only SABC, the official broadcaster of the FIFA World Cup 2026. When we come back, all the action from the Betway Premiership.
The most captivating league race in recent memory enters its final stretch as Loftus Versfeld in the nation's capital comes alive for defending champions Mamelodi Sundowns, who top the table, taking on third place Kaizer Chiefs and so reigniting the Tshwane Jozi rivalry. The front end hasn't quite come alive as yet. Here they are, Modi winning it back in a good area. Now Shabadada, good ball, great chance! 1-0 Kaizer Chiefs! First chance for Flavia da Silva, and it's Kaizer Chiefs that grab the lead.
Tashrik Mrembula Homara Jalo Kotoko Awai Rumela Mbokoso Hetan Namanga Faise Brian Leon
Mudau and Molena combining well. Here is Kulisa Mudau. They challenge right in front of the referee. Then free kick in a very good area here for Sundown side, looking for the lead for the first time this evening. Few of the Chiefs players here, but they are feeling that Adams is milking this for everything it's worth. Well, Sure, yellow card, second yellow, and red.
When the end is in sight, every pass, every tackle, every save and goal could define a campaign. So welcome along for Marumo Gallants versus Richards Bay. And Gallants will also be very well aware that their fellow relegation contenders are also in the heat of battle today. Chippa United are in Mbombela currently without Vusumusi Vilakazi in their dugout. And Magesi, as I said, will face Orlando Pirates later tonight. Now this is the game we were hoping for. This is the game we didn't get in the first half. Marvin Skosana again. Becky Mabuza! Yes, Marumo Gallants have scored. They've got the equalizer and they are back in the fight.
Orlando Pirates have continued to keep the pressure on the log leaders Mamelodi Sundowns as they registered another clean sheet, beating the bottom of the log side Makesi 3-0 this past weekend. Odito Maswanganyi uqalela begcine khona wathwala amadoda weMagesi ebonakalisa icomposure ladla phakathi emnatheni. Inside the first 15 minutes, the Buccaneers were already 2-0 up. Kamogelo Sibilibili firing home from just inside the box, a patient build-up from Rele Mufokeng, but the final goal came from the penalty spot, and it was the reigning player of the month, Austin Apollos, who ensured that the goal difference between them and Sundowns continues to be a significant factor in this title chase. 3-0 it ended in favor of the Buccaneers. Kaizer Chiefs are back in the CAF Confederation Cup as they have secured a top 3 finish with 2 games to spare in their campaign.
Nanka manje laphana ke ulilepo ecele kwe-18 nangulilepo nalithuba yabhakuzi nethi yeheni lishawa uTashiriki Morisi awusobhekana noTrostan Sabatha futhi uVilakazi nanguVilakazi wayibeka phakathi unoMpepe ngathi uthi ayiqalwe phansi uthi unoMpepe ayiqalwe phansi le penalty ngathi uVilakazi abengakayishayeni iMpepe wavele wayishaya ke uVilakazi le penalty athi sibone ke manje la uVilakazi uyasondela manje ke nanke obrigado wayibeka phakathi ayazethemba lengane iyazethemba lengane yakwaVilakazi yabona lena yihle ngaphezulu kwale penalty abeyishayile wathi unoMpepe ayiqalwe phansi.
Well, there is one more game, of course. 11 goals scored in this one here. Sundowns taking on Surulere. It started early. You could see the intention of Sundowns. They wanted the goals. And at some point, they even stopped celebrating and just picked the ball up at the back of the net. Sampo, you were there.
Yeah, I was there to witness what I call an ugly and beautiful game of football in terms of goals, in terms of how they executed the goal. I believe maybe Sundowns played better with the ball in this match. Of course, with this chance, with the total error from their own mistakes, and of course you're gonna pay the heavier price, especially when we are a team that plays from the back. Such things happened, and yeah, I was happy for this kid. He looks positive, he looks happy, looks like he wanted to play.
When that boy runs with the ball, is absolutely sensational to watch. Lukaku. The way he drives with it is next level. But yes, this never say die attitude. At some point you felt like, people were going to say this game is very controversial because Sundowns are scoring at free will, and then you will automatically think, is there match fixing involved here? Because that's already what people are saying. And then you get, Siwelele coming back and absolutely just dispelling any thought of anything of the sort. And it was very unfortunate, the way the game just went from one end to the other, from a Sundowns perspective, I should say. But ultimately, what was a 5-goal difference now down to 3. It really has a big impact to what the log is going to look like at the end of the season.
Yeah, you're right. When I look at this Stellenbosch team, that I must say, I must give them credit for what they've done this season. When they started, when Coach Gavin took them, I think they were struggling so much. And I can say the same about Polokwane City or Sekhukhune United. Consistently, the performance of that they sustained the position in that top 8.
For me, the big result of the midweek games was the first one there. Magezi losing at home to Orbit College.
Sure, big one.
When we speak about 6 pointers, that is literally a 6-pointer there. And Orbit College doing the business away from home against a would-be competitor at relegation level. So from the weekend results,
no favors done for themselves when you look at Marumo Gallet, Orbit, Chipa and TS Galaxy. All the teams, they didn't do themselves favors because
not at all. When you're down there, you will think that you are cursed. Everything is against you, especially when the matches are that you need to win, winning it. Look at where Magezi found themselves. It was really the preparation for them. I think the signings that they've made in the beginning of the season really shaped them where they are.
The crazy thing about match day 28, there were 3 0-0 results, but there were 20 goals scored.
Because 14 of them come from just
3
2
0-0 results, there were 20 goals scored. But yes, it's very interesting.
Do the maths for me very quickly, because Kaizer Chiefs, they've qualified. They're going to be playing CAF Confederations football. That we know for sure.
Yeah.
Golden Arrows are, I think, a couple of points away from, one win away from getting that 8th position and keeping it in confirming the top 8, which does tell you that, you look at the top, there's Kukunes, the Amazulus already in there. So talk to me about Sundowns and Pirates there. What needs to happen in the 1 and 2 games remaining?
Well, all Sundowns can do is go into the match against TS Galaxy tomorrow and try to score an avalanche of goals. That's the bottom line. And then the only other thing, if Pirates contrive to drop points in their last 2 games, that's pretty much the only thing that's going to change or stop them from winning the league.